sorry for the delay. Wow, you guys really shine over here. Wow. Okay, so let's get started. We're Vietnamese, yes, most of us. Have you ever wondered what foreigners think about us? Let's find out. So the first thing I want to present to you about today is the featured characteristics that the foreigners think about us. The first thing. So, what do they think about us originally? So, the foreigners know us, I do believe that first through war, the Vietnam War. It was a huge war that everybody know of. It's worldwide. So, what do foreigners think about us during this particular time? First, they through the soldiers, through every single citizen of Vietnam, the first thing that the US or Chinese or Canadians think of us are the bravery, the patriotism, and the determination. You guys know who these are, right? Of course you do. These are the two famous leaders of our country, Ho Chi Minh. He is a great person. He's a great human being. He has this awesome, brilliant head who lead us through poverty, through hunger, through all the wars. And also, Nguyen Thai, before Ho Chi Minh, he was the leader of our country, who led us through so many victories and helped the citizen and helped us so much through all the problems, through all the difficulties. And these two people all over the world for their greatness. As I've said, brave, patriotic, determined. That's the first thing that foreigners think about us Vietnamese. During the war, they bomb us, they have huge cannon, they shot at us, they kill us, they drop bombs, they drop toxic at us, but we stand up and we fight, and we prove to them that we are undefeatable, and that's what they see in us, the bravery. Everyone stand up to them, even the kids, even the women, everybody, and that's the first thing they saw in us. So here I have a little quote from the Tom, an old US soldier. When I was in Vietnam, I got the chance to see a great and memorable patriotism from every single Vietnamese I have ever seen everywhere else. That's how great Vietnamese were in foreigners' eyes. As I have said, these people, they are so young, but they already stood up to these invaders, finding they sacrificed their life, they dedicated their youth to the war, so that we're all sitting here listening to me presenting this. And the soft side, the people behind the war, they are the person who built up the country's economic, the woman. And these are the second thing that foreigners think about us: hardworking, dedicated, and loving. Not only soldiers, but also the women, who they do farm work and they take care of the children, teach them, and raise the economy of the country. These pictures were actually taken by an American photographer. And as you can see, he obviously really admired the beauty of the woman of Vietnam, the hardworking. And so they help us. They have these Vietnam veterans of America who protested against the Vietnam War. They were so impressed with us, and so they help us. They help us so much. And they stand up for that because they know that we're great people and we deserve to be in peace. Now, how about now? I think everything has changed. But first of all, about the positive, we still remain some of the very great and noble characteristics that our fathers, our grandparents have. Hospitality. I do believe that is the first thing that foreigners who ever come to Vietnamese can see in every single person. Because we are so friendly that we all wow them. And the kindness. For example, a little story. In a supermarket, and a foreigner works in, and he didn't know any Vietnamese, but he can simply ask someone, and they would happily help him without any, difficulty. That's the positive thing about now. You can see we're so friendly. We treat them like everyone else, like Vietnamese, even though the USA, they invaded us before, but still, now we're creating this really good relationship with them, and I do believe they respect that. Forgiveness, as I've said, through all the war, these are actually used as soldiers in the Vietnam War. They came back to Vietnam, and they were welcomed. And that's the forgiveness of Vietnamese. We don't hold the grudge to them, but we welcome them as friends. And about Vietnamese students, I do believe we make quite an impression on people from other countries with our hardworking and learnability. We Vietnamese students have achieved so much. We are in many countries, famous university. We've achieved so much. There are so many Vietnamese professionals in other countries. We have made a statement to foreign people. But beside that, we can see that we have some negative feedbacks. This is a really, I think, common thing to see, that we have very, very many problems, but these problems will be solved in the future. And I hope that my speech inspired you guys some way, and thank you for listening.